Righty, good morning, and welcome back to the Mango Grove, where we keep it easy, we keep it stress-free, where we capture the big wins. Now, we got some interesting developments on Bitcoin's weekly close. So we're going to do a quick recap on our previous video that we discussed leading into that weekly close, October 1st. People are now calling this Uptober. I'm not so sure about that. We're going to be talking about why in today's video. Now remember, in the previous video, we discussed three levels that we were looking for Bitcoin to claim on the weekly close. If we claim the first level, it would be a good close. If we claim the second level, it would be a very good close. Now, if we claim the third level, that would be a fantastic close. A close that would warrant a target price of $42,000 and hey, perhaps even beyond, right? So we're going to be discussing all three of these levels. Did we get them? Did we get all of them? Some of them? All of that and more in today's Dragon Ball Z episode. But before we do that, I want to do a quick review of the trend profile and the volatility profile on the dashboard. I have screenshots from both days, October 1st, right over here, as well as October 3rd, which is today, right? And you guys can see that things have changed, right? On the trend profile as well as the volatility profile. Now, the major thing that we discussed in the previous video was that the 12-hour is a barometer for whether we're going to have a bullish mindset or a bearish mindset in the short to the midterm, right? And if you guys have been paying attention, this really saved us, right? Because the 12-hour flipped long, we switched our mindset long as well. And what did Bitcoin do? Well, it made a move from around 27,200 all the way to 28,500. We also had the 4-hour trend long with volatility really low, which was bullish, as well as the bullish Ichimoku flag that went off, right? So all of this put together with the daily also being long was not the kind of recipe where you wanted to be short to midterm bearish, right? Long term, we were still very cautious because the 4-day and the weekly were both short, but on the short to midterm, you could not have been bearish without being against the odds, right? The odds were against you in the short to the midterm. Now, however, things have changed. Look at that. The 4 hours actually short, right? The 12-hour, though, is still long. And this is still a barometer. We've been using this as a barometer ever since December 2022, right? All of this year, guys, the 12-hour on the dashboard. Again, you guys can follow along at app.mangoresearch.co. The 12-hour has been a guiding light, okay? Now, the 4 hours flipped short, but I do want to draw your attention to what's going on over here. Okay, under the flags column, guys, we have bullish divergence. Now, are we going to look at this flag over here and say, hey, that says bullish divergence? It must be bullish divergence. Mango says so, right? I'm going to be lazy and not even double check. Hell no. Like the great philosopher Stone Cold Steve Austin once said, don't trust anybody. Always verify for yourself. So what we're going to do is we're going to go on to the actual charts and verify whether this is really bullish divergence or not. And hey, what do you know? It is actually bullish divergence between this point over here and this point over here. And on the RSI, you can see that we're putting in a lower low. So higher low over here, potential higher low again. So remember, this is potential bullish divergence, not confirmed bullish divergence, right? Because we have a higher low, potential higher low over here, along with a lower low on RSI. If price comes down and takes out this low over here, that gets negated and you no longer have your bullish divergence. So this is good practice to do, guys. If you see a flag over here on the dashboard, go ahead and verify it for yourself, right? This is a really good way to learn your bullish divergences as well and the perfect conditions for your Ichimoku, etc., etc. Use your dashboard as your power tool to filter out your opportunities. Don't get lazy with your tools, guys, okay? You want to keep your skills sharp. So we are seeing a short trend over here, but bullish divergence. Now, here's a tip for you. If you see bullish divergence on the lower time frame, right, go ahead and find your higher time frame support, right? So if you see a trend with bullish divergence coming down onto higher time frame support, that is a good recipe for a long opportunity. So high time frame support, bullish divergence on the lower time frame is a really good recipe. If you have other confluencing factors, even better. So let's move on now. Let's summarize this picture over here. The 4-hour has flipped short, yes, but we have potential bullish divergence. The 12-hour, which is a barometer for our short to midterm mindset, is still long. So our short to midterm mindset will remain bullish. More importantly, guys, notice what's happened with the weekly right over here. The weekly has flipped back to neutral, right? The weekly was short leading into that weekly close, but now we are neutral, which takes us back to the three levels we discussed leading into the weekly close: the good, the very good, and the fantastic. We said that if we get all three of these, then that's when we start seeing the dashboard too flip long and green across the board. Now, did we get all three of these? Let's go over it. The first level that we're looking for Bitcoin to claim was 26,900. What did Bitcoin close at, by the way, guys? Bitcoin closed at 27,995, right? So we can just round up to 28,000. So did we claim the first level? Yes, we did. We can put a check mark right over here, right? So we got a good close. But where did I get this level from? Where did I get the $26,900 level from? Well, simply it was the dynamic, right? The weekly dynamic, the indicator over here that I'm going to be updating you guys with every time we get a new tick on this, right? So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel if you're not, because if you don't have access to the dynamic, I will be giving you guys updates on where the dynamic is shifting to as it dynamically adjusts itself, because this has been a freaking godsend of a trend indicator. So make sure that you guys hit the bell notification icon as well so you don't miss the next tick. Okay, so we claimed the dynamic indicator, but there was more. We wanted a very good close, and that would happen only if Bitcoin closed about 27,500. Where did we get that level from? Well, that was simply the prior weekly's high. Okay, this candle over here, guys. I wish I could zoom in for you guys, but that high came in at 27,500. Did we claim it? Well, go back here, look at the close. We closed at 27,995, right? So we claimed it by a good $500. So yup, we got that tick as well. But did we get the fantastic close? The $28,300 level? Nope, we missed it by around $305, right? Very, very close, but not close enough. Now, where do we get this level from? Well, we're going to scroll down and we're going to be looking at Bitcoin now on the weekly Ichimoku template. And this blue line over here, guys, right over here that you're seeing, that flattened out over here, that's our Tenkin, okay? That's called the Tenkin. And you can see the price is rejecting right off it. If Bitcoin had actually closed this prior weekly candle above it, that would have entailed the fantastic close. Now, while everyone got excited on this weekly candle's close, at Mango, we are like, hey, yes, we had a good close. In fact, we had a very good close, but we don't have the fantastic close yet. It's the fantastic close that we are waiting for that would trigger this big move to $42,000. So go ahead and note this level down, guys. $28,300. If we get that weekly close above it, above this Tenkin, it would mean that we have claimed the dynamic level, which is over here, currently sitting at 26,900, as well as the Tenkin. Now remember, that's exactly what we use to add to our position on this big move up from around $16,000, right? We added on the weekly Tenkin here as well as over here. In both cases, guys, we were living above the Tenkin. At the moment, we are living underneath the Tenkin. So all we have to do is be Mango, be easy, be stress-free, and wait for this weekly to close above the Tenkin. Again, it's coming in at 28,300. Note that level down. If we close above the weekly Tenkin, we can look for that big move all the way to $42,000 and perhaps in above, right? Certain criteria that I'm looking for that will trigger a much bigger move. So make sure that you guys are subscribed so that you guys don't miss that video when I talk about the exact criteria that will give us even a bigger move than the $42,000 target on the reclaim of 28,300. Now, what if you don't want to wait an entire 5 days and 12 hours for that confirmation? What if you're worried that Bitcoin may make a much bigger move in the midterm while we are waiting for that weekly close? Well, there's something else that we can look for, a more interim time frame that we can look for, and that is the 4-day time frame. And again, we're looking at the 4-day dynamic. You can see how well it works throughout the bear market as well as the bull market, when you use it in confluence with your other indicators, right? So you can see over here too, the 4-day dynamic was used as resistance for this entire consolidation, and we never got more than 2 consecutive 4-day candle closes underneath the 4-day dynamic during this up run. Each one of these bounces, by the way, came off the weekly dynamic levels. So the combination of the two, the weekly dynamic and the 4-day dynamic, is extremely powerful, right? We've already established that throughout the previous uptrend. Now we've just reclaimed the weekly dynamic, correct? We showed you that upstairs. However, the 4-day dynamic is not claimed yet. The 4-day dynamic level, guys, is coming at 27,697 at the time of this recording. Okay, we close the next 4-day in 11 hours. If Bitcoin can close above 27,697, oof, that's when things get really, really heated. That's when we can look for an interim move to at least $30,000. Now remember, guys, I still think that the safest thing you guys can do is wait for the weekly Tenkin, this blue line over here, to be claimed. But if you want to get a front run, a head start, you want to build your position, right, leading into that weekly Tenkin, then you can use the 4-day dynamic over here, coming in around 27,697. Note this level down. Now again, I will be giving you guys updates on this dynamic level as we get a new 4-day candle close. All right, so to summarize everything, we are looking for 2 levels. One is a compromise level that we're going to go ahead and note down over here. Okay, the compromise level coming in at 27,697. Okay, this is our 4-day level. It's a compromise, but it's still good because it'll take us at least to around $30,000. The fantastic close, guys, is still, at the time of this recording, 28,300. Okay, this is the key level. If we get the compromise level though, we can look for an interim move to around $30,000. Okay, so go ahead and note that down. And last but not the least, guys, before we wrap up, I do want to draw your attention to Krisha's brand new course that's come out, the Mango Sprouts course. She's been working so freaking hard on this. I've gone ahead and watched the first module already, and holy shit, I am so impressed. I am really impressed. You guys can find this at themangoway.com/sprouts. At the moment, there's an early bird gets the worm discount, a 50% discount. I think this is a tad bit too much. You guys are really lucky. The course is going for only around $249 at the moment. Again, it's lifetime access, and the early birds also get to dictate what and how the course gets shaped moving forward. This price is definitely not going to be staying for long, so make sure you guys do take advantage of it. I believe the plan is to increase the price every module that gets added. At the moment, only the first module is coming out next week, and every week that moves forward should be adding more and more modules. So take advantage of the price while you can. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Do the Mango way, do the easy way, do it the stress-free way. I'll see you guys in the next one.